Warning, spoiler alert.
Grogu signals across the galaxy,
Boba Fett returns because no one really ever dies in Star Wars.
and the Empire shows off their brand new secret weapon, all on this episode of the Feel Good Media Show. Kevin and Milton.
Another
back.
episode.
Here we go.
Episode, whatever the number
6.
is. 6. Thank you. Thank you. Why
Counting's
can't I
hard.
ever remember that?
The tragedy.
The tragedy.
That's what this one is called.
Yeah.
So-
And yeah, we know what the tragedy is. We'll get there at the end. But before the tragedy happens, so much cool stuff goes on in this episode.
This was an awesome episode. A lot of action, but it started off very very chill and almost somber.
Yeah, I loved the continuing budding relationship between Mando
Right.
and Grogu. We've talked about it as being father-son, and we saw that in this little game that we're playing. You know, hey, make this ball, come to you.
You did it once. Do it
Yeah.
again. Do your trick.
And I so just connect with Mando on that pride of a father moment. I've had it with my kids. I'm sure you have as well, especially if your kids do anything,
Right.
where they're trying to achieve something musically or sports-wise or academically, and you just feel that pride when they're
pride.
able to
Yeah.
make it. And Mando shows that off so well in
Yes.
this episode.
And he laughs.
Yeah, that was weird, but it
Right,
was
yeah.
good.
Mando doesn't laugh.
Well, I guess he does.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's that, Mando, chill out, dude. Like, why is everything so serious with you? It was good to see.
Yeah. Also, very, very sad. Oh, hello, notifications.
Yeah.
Very. When you're recording live, make sure you turn your phone off.
There you go. Let me check mine.
Yeah, check your phone. Very, very sad because we feel like this relationship is nearing an end. Like Mando is bringing Grogu to the Seeing Stone and handing him off to training. He knows he can't do it, and so
Yeah.
you feel this weight on him. Where, gosh, this might be it, little guy. I'm gonna say goodbye to you.
Yeah.
So you feel sad.
I do. And I'm wondering, they're making the relationship become stronger and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they're moving us towards the separation of the relationship. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Right.
And in fact, I can relate to it because I'm at that point with my children right now where I'm probably the closest to my kids I've ever been. And yet they're on their way out. 2 girls in college, one about to graduate college. And I know I'll see them again, but that every day, here you are, I get to see you, I get to hug you, I get to kiss you, I get to be there, be your dad on a more intimate level than ever.
Yeah.
It's coming to an end, and there is a sadness to it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, they showed that weight. Very, very real in this episode.
For sure. Let's get to the fun stuff, though. We did the sad stuff. Let's talk about when Boba Fett's ship shows
He's
up in the
back.
sky.
Oh, he's back.
I just was like, yes, this is the moment I've been waiting for. Because I don't know if you agree with me. Boba Fett, to me, is the first villain that I was willing to embrace
Yes.
in something.
Like the bad guy you're rooting for.
I was, even though he was bad, he was messing with Han Solo, but yet he was cool.
He had some pretty cool armor.
Oh my goodness. And the
he could
jetpack.
fly.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that was it. Who doesn't want a jetpack?
Oh, where can I get one?
That's right,
Like
yeah.
I'm waiting for there to be one on Amazon so I can order it on Prime.
Although I'd probably die within the first 5 minutes. Let's be real.
It'd be worth it.
If you're going to go out, it's got to be 100 miles an hour being slammed in the ground by your jetpack. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah, right. But if Boba Fett was cool in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, the coolness factor just 1,000% more.
Well, we
in
got to
this
see him
episode.
do a little more. He was only on screen for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And then he died.
Right.
So this one, he had some like staff action with his
man.
with his weapon. That
Yeah,
was
he's kind of martial artist, like ninja something.
yeah.
It
And
was so
stormtroopers don't have the best armor.
They
Those
really
poor
need
guys.
to upgrade that stuff, man.
It's like, let's up our defense budget a little bit, Empire.
Yeah.
Like, you're sending us out with nothing, with plastic, basically.
I mean,
Plastic.
you build a Death Star that could blow up a planet. You can't figure out armor
Yeah, no,
for your
a blaster.
soldiers, your most important soldiers.
My favorite is though when like their heads get knocked together and they're out.
These have to be.
We could do a whole episode on the dumbest ways stormtroopers die.
You know what? Not bad.
that would be
Not
good.
bad. But in this episode, we did want to talk about the Force
Okay.
because we see Grogu on the Seeing Stone,
Uh-huh.
and this manifestation of the Force happens, which might be, and we'll discuss it, might be the greatest manifestation of the Force we've seen, even though there have been some other good ones.
Certainly, the majority of what we have seen from the Force has been invisible.
Yes.
Like you can't, moving things with, with your mind and your hands or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can't see it. So
Right.
lightning, we've seen like the lightning.
Yeah, from the Emperor, from
Right.
Count Dooku, we've seen that. We've actually seen Yoda absorb the lightning.
Right. Which was cool. That was one of those.
Stop it, absorb it.
Yeah.
And that was a fantastic moment.
And then we saw Luke project himself across the galaxy.
Right.
That was pretty huge.
Yeah, that was, and we also saw Rey and Kylo Ren somehow be able to communicate
Yeah.
over time and space almost, even almost be able to physically touch. We're not sure exactly what happened at that moment, but something there.
Like grab a necklace.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that? Or-
yeah.
or
So that was an
transport
amazing, ones.
It was cool. But this was pretty powerful.
It was.
Because it created the shield that you
Yeah.
can penetrate. Mando tried a couple times and got like
Even with his
sprung
armor,
across
he
the
couldn't,
rock.
which seems to be the strongest physical thing in the universe right now that we've seen. Right? It'll stop a lightsaber.
Yeah. So we're gonna find out, I guess, what was going on.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was just reaching. He was reaching out for his kind.
Right.
But really, I wasn't expecting a visual representation of what that was. So
Yeah.
that was really cool to see.
It was cool, and it makes me think: is it possible that the show is moving us towards revealing that Grogu is or absolutely will be the greatest, most powerful Jedi ever?
Oh, wow. Or Jedi are normally good, right? There's
Okay.
still a lot of rumors that he is not who we think.
Yeah,
he
you've been
is.
pushing that theory a little bit that maybe
He's a little dark side.
they're going to turn this thing on us.
It could be.
It's possible.
Oh, we saw a lot of his powers at the end of this episode in the jail.
that
He
was so cool.
I mean, he was moving stormtroopers
Just
like a pinball machine.
right, and it was so awesome.
Yeah.
We of course, even though he's 50, obviously he's too tiny, too small,
Right.
not powerful enough to handle, a lot of the use of the Force.
He gets really sleepy fast.
Right. It kind of reminds me of me. I work and I'm out. Like,
use some powers,
don't bug
yeah.
me anymore. Let me sit on the couch and watch these episodes of The Mandalorian and leave me alone.
That's right. Yeah, it's so much work. It really takes a lot.
sure is.
Yes, but so we actually drew some really good spiritual connections with what was going
definitely.
on. Talk a little bit about what you were seeing on the scene, Rock.
Yeah, I loved this manifestation of the Force that Grogu gives us, and it just reminded me of when you're plugged into the power, you're unstoppable. Like nothing can hit you, right? And that happened with Grogu. Nobody could touch him while he was on that stone, and that power was surging. And when we're connected to God and His power, the Holy Spirit, and His family, right? We're a force to be reckoned with. Like the evil can't mess with us. It will try.
Oh yeah.
And things will happen, but is it gonna break you down and tear you up and finish you off? No.
Yeah.
It
It's a
will
good
not.
visual of it trying and being flung across.
Yeah,
flung
exactly.
across the
That's
field.
that's the devil getting his butt kicked
Yeah.
when you're with God.
I think we need to lean in. I mean, I know I need to lean into that confidence a lot more and realize
same
that
here.
that's truly what God is doing. He is protecting us and is a shield around us.
Absolutely.
It's really cool.
The other thing that I loved is the picture of Mando, which was sad when they blew up his ship, Like after all this time, we're fixing this thing,
was
and then
so
it's just
gone.
like boom, gone.
No,
I mean,
I think
not
I'm
even
okay.
broken, just completely destroyed, ashes.
I'm excited for him because he's gonna get some new digs.
Okay, just call
Like
that insurance claim
Yeah,
up.
insurance is gonna call that. What do they call that? Just totaled.
Yeah, definitely
ship is
totaled.
total.
There's no reselling this thing. You're not going to give it a charity.
No,
it's gone.
We're getting a new ship.
Yeah, but in the midst of the ashes, he finds the little ball.
Right.
He finds the spear. He finds that reminder of this little guy that he loves, and this weapon that has protected him.
Yeah.
And it's just in the midst of tragedy, they're still good. You can find good, and if you look for it, and sometimes it takes some serious searching, but it's there.
No, that is the good feel good takeaway, which is what we try to do on the feel good, do good media shows. Just pull out what inspires us in these areas. So I think that's a good feel good takeaway, to just, when you're in the midst of everything blowing up around you, still look and dig, and God will give you hope.
Yeah, for sure. And boy, do we need that this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the do good is there are people who are not going to do that easily. It's going to be hard for them to find the good and the bad, but you could be the good for somebody, right? You can be that friend that's there in the midst of the tragedy. You can have that kind or loving word, or just that shoulder to cry on.
Yeah.
And we all need that so much right now, because a lot of us have lost a lot this year. So let's be that positivity in the midst of the darkness
That's
for
good.
each other.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, what a fun episode. And the series just gets better and better. If you're liking what we're doing, please subscribe, please hit that bell, and make a comment, because we're nearing the end of The Mandalorian Season 2. We got a couple episodes left, and we're already talking about what we're going to move on to after the season finale. So make sure to leave a comment. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next episode.